Well, guys, I have a question. Who is Nathan Wade? What I mean is, who is Nathan Wade truly? Now, we do know that he met Fani Willis back in 2019. He was hired for the Trump case in 2021. Near the end of the year, they said their relationship became romantic somewhere around March and April of 2022. Now, I don't think many people actually believe that. People have questioned, and they actually do believe that this relationship started back in 2019 when they met. That's what I believe. I believe that Fani Willis is corrupt. I believe that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade have lied on the stand. They have perjured themselves. And you know what? If you actually commit perjury, you can actually go to prison. Will that happen? I'm not really sure. We also know that Nathan Wade is panicking because his divorce lawyer is actually going to be talking to the judge, I believe, tomorrow. And that could really change everything because the judge has rejected Nathan Wade's request that his divorce attorney doesn't speak. He has to speak to the judge. Folks, it seems like about once a week, we always find out something new. New bombshell information on Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. Their relationship. Now, Fani Willis was sworn into office as the Fulton County DA in 2020. But we found out something else. When she actually got to the DA's office, she brought in a team. And guess who was actually a part of that team? Oh, yeah, Nathan Wade. So let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Remember, live stream every single Friday, just starts at $5 per month. If you're watching the video on Rumble, click the join button, get access to the same thing. So here we go. Look at this here. Nathan Wade led Fani Willis' 2020 transition into office. This, folks, may be a conflict of interest. Interesting that this man is really the shot caller when it comes to who is actually going to remain in that office. Because there was already employees in there, and essentially Fani Willis fired everyone, and they had to re-interview for the job. And guess who made the final decision? Nathan Wade. Can't make this up, guys, so let's go ahead and read some of this. Nathan Wade made the decisions to hire or fire employees in Fulton County DA's office following Fulton County prosecutor Fani Willis's election victory in November 2020. Multiple sources familiar with the Wade and Willis relationship exclusively told Breitbart News. The revelation of Wade's previously unreported position as the former personal decision maker for the DA's office raises ethical and conflict of interest concerns. It also raises questions about whether Wade and Willis have been forthright about the timeline of their affair. I don't believe so. I believe they lied. This thing, and her friend has already said under oath anyway, that this relationship started in 2019. Quote, Wade is a prosecutor on the Trump case, and he selected the office employees, a source told Breitbart News. Now, this is kind of key right here. If this man hired every single person in Fani Willis's office, if Fani Willis and Nathan Wade get disqualified, it's not going to, this case is not going to remain in office. I don't believe she can just recuse herself and have someone else in her office take over, because Nathan Wade and Fani Willis hired this entire office. Yeah, this could be a major, major problem. Wade led a transition team of 10 to 12 people who who interviewed and evaluated current employees to remain in Willis's newly won office just weeks after she won the election in November, said the sources, who wished to remain anonymous for fear of retribution due to their direct knowledge of the environment inside the DA's office, which they categorize as corrupt. So people inside of Fani Willis's office are saying it's corrupt in there. I'm not surprised. Brian Kemp, you look more like a moron each and every day. Wade, a second source told Breitbart News, was in charge of determining who of the 250 office employees would remain with Willis. Sources described one-on-one interviews behind closed doors with Willis and Wade, who was, quote, too invested to be just a friend of Willis to hold such a powerful position. Yeah. Now, this man was not an employee of Fani Willis, but he was making all the calls. Interesting. Wade and Willis claimed their relationship started in 2022 after Willis launched a probe into former President Donald Trump. But sources say Willis and Wade obviously had an ongoing romantic relationship at the time Willis won the election. Quote, there was just something so weird going on, one source said. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, everybody's probably been in an office environment. And if something's kind of fishy between employees, people kind of know. I mean, if people are messing around, guess what? Everybody knows. Okay? Everybody knows. People aren't blind to that. Now, check this out. This is where they say that Fani Willis pretty much fired everyone. Quote, Willis said everyone in the office was essentially all terminated, and that essentially we had to reapply for our jobs and must submit an application and schedule a time to appear for an interview, a source said. We had to reapply and came back in so they could interview everyone, from lawyers to paralegals to assistants to investigators. And in that room, in my interview, there were a lot of people other than Fani Willis. And that was her transition team. I definitely know that Nathan Wade was in that room because he was taking the lead role, the source stated. And I was a little confused because I had never seen him before. I had about maybe 10 people in the interview. Another source described the re-interview process of Wade. Quote, Nathan definitely was up moving around and taking charge in the room. Wade hired the entire office of 250 employees, the person said. I was just telling him my employment background, and they just sit there and look at me, and they said, well, you'll get an email on our decision. And that's what Wade said, and he looked at Willis. They looked at each other. There was just something so weird going on. Wow. The sources did not initially know who Wade was during the transition process, but they told Breitbart News they questioned why Willis would outsource the transition process to unknown actors. Quote, why was he a part of the hiring process and making the decisions as to who gets hired and fired when he wasn't even an employee or authorized to be in the room? A source question. Yeah, I've never went to an interview, guys, and interview with people that didn't actually work at the company. Never happened. So this is definitely strange, if you ask me, in my opinion. After the re-interview process, Wade and Willis, quote, started eliminating everybody or anybody that was too close and in control of the office operations, the second source said. Willis, sources asserted, violated the friends and family policy by hiring friends and family and hiding it from the county with fungible state and county dollars. Wow. All the people that worked on her campaign became the inner circle, one source familiar with the inner workings of the office said. In January, Trump and co-defendant Michael Roman accused Willis of maintaining an improper romantic relationship with Wade, Willis and Wade took the stand in February to testify about whether their relationship disqualified Willis from prosecuting Trump. Yeah, this offense, man, definitely seems completely corrupt. I mean, she was horrible on the stand. Nathan Wade was terrible on the stand. And now apparently Nathan Wade hired everyone in that office when he really wasn't a part of her team. Think about that, guys. She outsourced the transition process. She fired everyone. Nathan Wade hired everyone. Something's fishy, man. Something is definitely fishy with Nathan Wade and Fani Willis. Will they survive this? That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.